Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, what are we doing? We are going to do some more casting. I finally got the 3D printer working again, which is absolutely fantastic. And I did some prints last night using some Bluecast resin. As you can see, there are my two Signet rings. They got like a snake ring and then also like a pharaoh ring. And with these ones, I even printed out a little support. So when I am doing the casting, basically, I'm giving it a little bit of extra flow for it to move into. So what I'm going to be doing today, we will be prepping these. So just doing some fine sanding on these and then putting them on the wax sprue. These are put on the tree. Then we are going to pour some investment into it, let it dry out. And then first step is to clean these up, get them ready. And yeah, happy days. So you can probably see right now this Signet ring. The idea is that we need to get it attached onto a tree. So what we do is we have a center point that comes through, and the tree basically acts as a flow point for a molten metal to go through. So we just got a bit of wax here. Wax works really nicely. So the first step is to create the base of our tree, and the best way to do that, I just melt the end off and let the wax drop in and create like a little well. And then I just shove it in there, like so. Just so we don't get a bit of plaster going in there, I like to also just... This is going to go over, but then when we cast, flips upside down and the plaster will be nice and solid in there, and then we burn out the wax rings. Now this resin that I'm using, this is not just any type of plastic resin. It's quite an expensive resin, and it's designed specifically for jewelry making and burning out. And so do jewelers. They use it so they can design a model up on CAD, which is what these have been designed up. CAD is computer aided design. And once we design it up in the software on the computer, we can then print it out via a 3D printer. I might do a video a bit later on about the 3D printing process, because there's quite a lot of intricate things. The first thing I need to do is I need to join these onto a sprue tree. So I'm trying to make it as neat as possible. The cleaner you can make it, the nicer it's going to be. And so what I'll do is I'll just melt a little bit off here, and then just hopefully try and mold it onto here. Ooh, there goes that. Now we got our wax tree. So that's done. Now the next step is the investment stage. So the next thing, we got our beautiful tree. I'll just get this into focus. So now you can see we got our tree, a little pharaoh, and our snake, if it comes in. And what needs to get done now is we need to invest here. So for investment, the last mistake I made was making sure there wasn't enough clearance, so I'm going to do that. As you can see, you got a little wax in there. So now we're going to mix up our investments. We are back. So it is like 3 days later. Things got a little busy. So we are now doing the casting today of that flask that we did the other day. So I got up super early this morning, about 5 AM, and put the kiln on. So that's now been burning up the past 2 hours. It's just running through its slower cycle, which basically what that means is it will melt out all the wax and then it's gonna amp up and incinerate everything else out. So we're just gonna turn it on. I've just put my gloves on. So you can see currently at the moment, the flask is actually sitting upside down. So I'm gonna gently remove this without damaging it. You can see currently we have a bit of a hole in. So that's just melted out as much of the wax as possible. A little bit in there. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it facing, instead of this way down where all the wax will pour out, I'm gonna face it this way up. So any further wax that comes out is just gonna be incinerated, which is what we want for a good cast. So, we are now nearly ready to cast. We currently have our furnace on, so the furnace is going to heat up to around about 1,130 degrees, 1150, some would say. And our kiln is just whacking that up temperature, just to cool the flask to its actual cast final temperature. So what we are going to do now is we need to clean up some stock material. So these are basically some previous castings that I have done. What I'm doing is just basically going to clean up any of the oxidation and any, as you can see, there's a little bit of investment that's still attached to it. So I'm just going to clean them up, make the metal as clean as possible. So when I melt it down, we're going to get a really nice cast. So that's what I'm going to do now. So yeah. Okay, so we have just done the cast. The cast came out absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be more happy with it. As you can see, I was getting some quick close-ups. If it goes into focus, I know my camera's been a little bit wacky with the focus recently, but you can see here we've got the actual pharaoh, and then on this one we've actually got a snake. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to cut this off and separate it, and then we are going to finish it up, file it up, and hopefully we've got some good castings. So do the build montage.